Hello, Abbey Normal here, and I am about to conduct a super interesting channeled message related to the upcoming date of 2/19/2019. Now, as you can tell, there's some angel numbers in that date. There's also a full moon on that date. I actually was not aware of this very special date until a few days ago when it was brought to my attention through an email. And this email was sharing with me some of the social media messages out there about a super awesome portal that is hitting the planet on this date. And for us to focus as much energy as we can in order to get that love energy to spread across the earth, okay? So I was exploring what this meant to me over the last couple of days. What it means to share love on a very specific date versus to share love every day. And in an infinite universe where there is no such thing as time, is a specific date the value? Is it really matter? One thing I will say, the human race does love angel numbers, repetitious numbers. And because of the love of repetitious numbers, it creates a collective love. So we start to appreciate certain times of the day, certain dates, and we join a union in this. And so there's something beautiful in that. And I think as we are a collective and working together with love, we can only win, right? So I'm going to go ahead and relax here and get started into this journey. And I'm going to be journeying into the date 2/19/2019. And I'm going to journey into any alien beings that may like to present themselves. I'm going to be journeying into the concept of how do we participate in sharing love on this date, if that question needs to be answered. So I'm going to go ahead and relax here, and we're going to get started, okay? First, I'm being called to go into the date itself, all right? 2/19/2019. I'm being called to go specifically into the date. Okay. I see a human, a man, and he's in a desert, and he is reaching for salvation, all right? The sun is hot, and the man has been reaching for salvation for a very long time. When they show me this date, they show me also next year, 2/20/2020. They show me this date as well as also being special. And I say, what's all the big deal? What's all the fuss about the repetitious numbers? Maybe it's important that we get a grounded perspective on why these numbers matter. Is it because humans decided that they matter, or because they truly vibrationally do matter? I would like to know more about this. All right. So who is speaking to me is coming from a place way up there. It's a female energy, and I feel like this is going to sound strange. There's an energetic gown that comes down a very long way, all right? And that gown is sort of surrounding me, and I'm beneath her gown, so I'm like going to go up between her legs. I know it sounds strange. I'm not going towards her feminine body yet, but I'm trying to get to her. I feel there's something very important with this message. I understand that it might be a little, I don't know, strange looking, but let's go for it. I'm just going to go up, all right? I see her so far up there, and I see her face, and I feel like it's a long ways for me to go in order to truly reach her. The question is, how do you reach her? And when I say her, I'm talking about divine feminine. I'm talking about mother. I'm talking about the female energy. How do we truly reach her? Do we reach her here from her face, the way her face is? Or do we reach her through her divine sexual body? Do you know the importance of balanced sexuality and balanced sexual expression? There's something to this as well. I tell her I'm okay. If I am meant to share a message by going through the avenue of the divine feminine collective sexual body, then I'll do that. I'm quite curious to see what we'll discover here. This is going to be hard. It's not a very pretty picture. I would describe it as, I don't think a lot of human beings enjoy insects crawling all over you. And I'm in what would be the womb. And the womb is sort of like a cave. There's a lot of men digging in here. What are they digging for? Gold? I'm not sure. They're just all sort of look like miners. Many men that look like miners, but there's like cockroaches. Hordes and hordes and hordes of cockroaches. That's what it looks like. That are crawling all over everything. They're just crawling all over everything. The men don't seem to notice. They don't seem to care. But yet this woman feels an agony within herself that makes her feel dirty and disgusting. It makes her feel confused about the treasure that she is. What is it these men are truly digging for? What is the gold that they seek within me? That's the question. And this divine mother is carrying a womb of insects and men digging for their special golden nugget within her. And she walks the earth. She asks me if I think she is ugly. She asked me if I felt ugly going into her divine feminine space. I'm going to take a moment to feel out how I want to answer the question. I have a lot of feelings about these questions. One is pertaining to the way we as human beings evaluate and judge information. And for me to be a spirit being going up a woman's skirt and into her vagina, a lot of people would feel uncomfortable about that. So I'm trying to delicately display the information as to not freak people out. But that's part of the message too, because we have ego. And we have ego, and ego is judgment, and ego is sensitivity, and ego is ridicule. Ego makes us feel gross inside about things that ego is defining as weird. But all we're talking is about the divine feminine space. So why would we ever feel weird or judge or think otherwise about that? And I feel as though I have, in a way, negated myself and my purpose and my true essence by succumbing to making sure the message is appropriate for those viewers. Instead, perhaps I should be as brash as possible, as direct and specific as possible in order to violate people's egos, in order for them to decide now how they want to feel. And a lot of people are sensitive to these topics. They don't know how to process it. And I want to freak people out, but maybe people need to get freaked out. Maybe they do. She wants to know if she is ugly. I ask her, why are you asking me that question? Why don't you ask yourself that question? Why don't you ask yourself, are you ugly? How many women say, am I pretty enough? Why don't they ask themselves this question and then respond, you are the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my entire life? We don't need permission from people out there to be beautiful enough. Just like I shouldn't need permission to be able to speak blatantly about what I see. She's emanating an offense to me, not just simply saying that she is beautiful. And I say, how is telling you You are beautiful, going to heal the wounds within yourself. It's like a sponge that is trying to absorb water, and the water never enters into the sponge. And now we are a man in the desert reaching our hand out for eternal resurrection, for a freedom from our suffering. She asks me, Abby, how will my divine feminine space be purged of the ugliness so that I may feel beautiful, and that I may say that to myself because I truly do feel that way? You're going to feel a lot of ugliness before you feel a lot of beauty, I tell her. Every one of these cockroaches is a moment in time where this world had led you to believe that you were ugly. And every one of these men confused you. You store all this confusion and ugliness in this space. For you to heal this space, you must look at the ugliness within you and to see how beautiful it is. How will you ever be set free if you cannot look at the most ugly side of yourself and to love it like a newborn baby? Can you forgive those men? Can you forgive those women? Can you forgive society? Can you forgive your parents? Can you forgive the education system? Can you forgive the television? Can you forgive it all? And know it was all you, and that you always were beautiful. That's the message that comes through for 2019, okay? Is this dress of the divine feminine, this portal into the divine feminine womb. Is it to heal the divine feminine? Is it to heal the Mother Earth? Is it to heal the collective of women? I don't like to just say women. Women on this side, men on this side. I feel it's to heal the divine feminine in the men as well. We are a part of each other. There is no separation. What the woman endures, the male also endures in his own unique way, in her own unique way. I'm asking the universe, I'm talking to them about alien beings that are participating in this portal of healing for our planet. I'm going to ask this question first before I go into the next question, which is about how we can, what is it that human race needs to do about this exactly? So let's explore the alien races that are here to assist specifically on this date. Let's see what the universe says. It's interesting because we get so obsessed with a certain date, and we live in an infinite, timeless universe. So what time is it exactly? Because this concept of time, I mean, there's so many waves to the concept of a single moment. I mean, this moment here is in the past, in the present, and in the future. So I would like to know, how are the alien races, like, how do they conceive of this date and time? How are they, I really want to explore the concept of this interdimensional travel, specifically for this specific date, what that looks like to them in their own realm of time. I want to know more about all of this, okay? Let's see. Okay, so I see that the planet is, my heart is sinking right now. I feel so sad. There's like a big old black blanket around the planet, but it's not black. I would say it's a dark blue color. And obviously we have kind of like that blue, you know, the planet has like that blue aura, you know, around it. But this is sort of like, it's like a human being who has been hurt will put a protective shield around their heart. They really will energetically do this. And so it's like the planet Earth is a heart that has a protective shield around it, which makes it very difficult for the love to come in. It's just like a human being who has been hurt so badly, they will put a protective shield and they will not allow the love to come in. In fact, the love coming in is the most terrifying thing that any human being could possibly experience. So we as a collective, so many of us have this around the heart, and I see this all day long. I mean, I see this a lot because I do energy work for people, and the heart is a very vulnerable space. A lot of us have walls up. So as a collective with a shield around our heart, and so much of the collective has a shield around its heart, we are simultaneously reflecting a shield now around the heart of the earth, which is the whole earth. And that means it's very hard for the love of all to actually get into us because we are shielding it out. The actual planet is shielding it out because we, the human race, are also shielding it out. We are creating a reflective circumstance. So it makes it very hard for the love to come into the planet because we're afraid of the love ourselves, okay? Do you understand? We manifested this. We manifested it, okay? There's no evil beings that put this here. We did it. The human race did it. And that makes me sad. I've never seen this. I've never seen it quite like this before. And I can feel all of the sadness that has created the fabric of this manifestation. And so I'm actually projecting my consciousness, what could be defined as thousands of times around, and talking to many consciousness that are here. And I talk to them about what I do, and the only way to truly heal somebody is when that somebody says, I am ready now. And when they say they are ready now, they open a portal within themselves. And that portal now allows the healing to enter and transform their life. It's like, why don't the angels help me? Well, have you taken the time to allow the angels into yourself? Or do you want them to help you from out there where it's safer, you know? So I'm talking to them about what I have seen in the energy work that I do, and this condition of the planet, and what they have to say about that. I'm supposed to pick out a very specific one. Okay, and there's lots of stars. There's like thousands of stars, and there's like golden threads, thousands of golden threads that are from my consciousness to all these sort of stars. So I'm just gonna, this star, and I circle it, and I say this star. And I'm gonna pull this star close to me. There's a lot of sensitivity I have about what this star means to me. I just have to process it here for a moment. It's small, okay? It's so small, it doesn't matter. You know, there's something to the way that this emanates that I am small, and I am so small I'm often overlooked, and people forget that I even exist. So it emanates that to me. Is this a planet? Is this an alien race? I'm not quite certain yet. All things have consciousness, you know. So let's see. I'm going to try and go inside of it. Okay. Within it, there is it's a woman, and she is standing. She kind of reminds me of the original one, but she's smaller, okay? You could maybe describe her as a fairy, but she doesn't have any wings. Her hair is glowing. She is more of a spirit being to me than an alien consciousness. And she is holding a starlight above her head. And the starlight is challenged. It kind of dims. It goes dimmer and then it goes brighter and then dims. And she has kind of a concerned look on her face. And she shows me she takes care of many children. And the children are starting to turn blue and purple. They're suffocating. The children are suffocating. And she can only hold the light for so long. I feel inspired to pick another star and see what the message is. So I'm picking this star and I'm just circling it and I'm bringing it towards me. What is your message? This star is about patience. A very, very, very long time. This star is about patience. And this is about ancient patience. And it's so dark, it's so black, that it's before the birth of light. And it's beautiful. It's about ancient patience. And I see the dark that touches this cloak, this shell around the earth. It touches it and it closes its eyes, and there's a triangle shape on the third eye, and it emanates love into the planet and encourages the human race to remember patience. Patience. And another hand is reached up, and this one says, I can heal the heart of the human race if I am patient. And if I continue to emanate love and I am patient, this will happen, because my intention is for it to happen, and my intention is powerful. My intention matters. My intention has value. So these hands are still upon the planet, and they are blacker than black. But it's the ancient darkness, and it's not evil at all. It's before the birth of light itself. That's what it emanates to me. And it's patient, and it's loving, and it is kind, and it cares. And in this way, through me, it is getting a message to you. And in a way now it is touching your heart, as it is now touching my heart. And this emanation says, you see the power of patience and the power of intention. My intention is powerful enough to get through to you. And here I have accomplished this. I know it is possible. I believe in it. I see it. They both tell me that it is not about date and time, because we could take 2019 and even venture back into it in 3030, you know. So we could be in 2019, even in 1991, you know, December 11th or something. We could go into any date as though that is the date we are choosing to be present in. So we can already go into 2020 or 2020, however you want to look at that one. We can go into that date at any time. So if you don't watch this video for 5 years, you have the power to go back to 2019 as if you always were here on this date, and share your love. And the love that is shared even 50 years from now, even 1,000 years from now, that is inspired to be shared on this date, was divinely inspired and will be received on this date, as is the intention. Do you see how this works? I go back to the woman and I ask her, what can we do to help you, and can you help us to understand your message more clearly? she points to another star, so I'm choosing this star now, and I'm gonna go and see what is within this star. The star is defined as a memory. I see a man, and it is misty. He is standing very high up, and he is so high up there is mist all around him. And he looks deeply into the mist, and he sees only the mist. And he feels the mist upon him. It is a gentle experience. It is a beautiful experience. Even though he sees only the mist, he's looking into gray matter. What will he ever see? Perhaps it is not what we see out there, but what we are inspired to see within ourselves when we choose simply to look. When we look into the gray mist and we see nothing, but yet we see everything in this moment. How is that possible? This is the profound movement of the inspiration of the love here with each and every one of us, calling us every day. So the question is 2019 a very, 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 very precious day? Of course it is. Of course it is a very precious day. I hope this message touches your heart, gives you something new to think about. Thank you for joining me on this journey. In saying this, if any of you are interested in connecting with me one-on-one for a psychic session, please visit me at my website at abbeynormalswisdomquest.com. I'm also on Patreon. You can find me there at Abbey Normal's Wisdom Quest. I hope you all have a great day, and I hope you have a great day on 2/19/2019. And I hope you have a great day on 2/20/2019. I hope every day is a great day for you. Thank you again for watching.